Hello friends, welcome back. So now in this session we will learn some more questions about Java that is generally asked in the interview uh, for collection framework. So let me present my screen and we will start it. Okay. So in the last session we have done with linked hasset. So set related whatever the questions uh, or there we have discussed. Now we will discuss about map, because map is another interface that is not the it's not the collections subtype of collection, but it's again a utility package. So map is an association of key and value. So what is map interface? Map is association of key value pair. Like when you want to store data in form of key and value pair, both keys and values in map are object feature of map. Map cannot have a duplicate key but can have a duplicate value. Okay, what is linked hash map? Linked hash map and its feature. Linked hash map extend hash map only. I think before we should discuss hash map also, but okay. So hash map implement map linked hash map guarantee order of the elements are same how we have added in the map. But if you use hash map, it's not a guarantee that the element will be say in same order, because internally it is using hash table only to store the element. It use hash table to store the element, and hashing technique is used to find the appropriate index number. So it's not a guaranteed that hash map will be in sorted order, but linked hash map is the subtype of hash map, and it is ordered version of hash map. So linked hash map extend hash map and implements a map. Linked hash map guarantee order of elements. Elements are retrieved in the same order order they are inserted. Linked hash map use internally doubly linked list to keep the insertion order, so that insertion order will be maintained same. The difference between hash map and linked hash map is linked hash map maintain the insertion order, while hash map does not maintain the insertion order. Linked hash map is faster. Sorry, hash map is faster for insertion and deletion. Why? Because it is using hash table and hashing technique to store the element. So it is a faster for insertion and deletion of element when compared to linked hash map. Linked hash map is preferred only for faster iteration. If you want to do faster iteration, you can do it. Okay, and if you want to maintain insertion order also, fine. Hmm. What is shorted map? Shorted map extend shorted map extend map interface, and shorted map maintain shorted order of a key in a map. The key shorted order will be in the key will be the shorted order. Okay. By default, shorted map maintain natural ordering, like and numbering order. If we want to customize, we can specify using comparator. Like comparator, we have to use, and according to comparator, we can specify. What is hash table and explain the feature of hash table. What is hash table? See, hash table was available before collection framework. When collection framework was started, hash table extended dictionary and class and map interface. Hash table offer a convenient way of storing key value pair. Hash table does not allow null either key or value, and hash table is a synchronized one. Okay. Difference between hash map and hash table. Hash map is not synchronized, but hash table is synchronized. Hash map allow at most one null key, but hash table does not allow any null key. Performance wise, since hash map is not synchronized, performance is a better than hash table. It's a slower because it's a synchronized. Performance is slow when compared to HashMap. HashMap introduced starting from collection framework, and hash table is even before collection framework. Difference between array list and linked list. Array list and linked list we have already discussed. If you want to access array list is better, implement a random access interface. We can search randomly all the elements in the list. It extend abstract sequential access of a element. Searching and retrieval of element is a faster, but searching and retrieval of element is a slow because sequential access element. Additions, so addition and removal of an element is a little bit slow, but addition and removal of element in linked list is a faster. Okay. Difference between comparator and comparable. See, comparator is used to compare the already existing class, but comparable will be used within the same class, and that class we want to make as a comparable, we can do it. So this is from java.util package comparator, and comparable is from lang package. Comparator interface is used when we want to compare two different instances. Comparable is used to compare itself with other instances. Yes, because it happens in the same class. So, okay. Comparator is used when we want custom sorting, but comparable is used for natural sorting, like naturally how object should be sorted. Naturally, student how should be sorted. Naturally, student should be sorted on the basis of roll number. That is a natural order. Student is by default it should be sorted on the basis of roll number. So that is a natural order. So that we want to achieve by default. Then how it will be? You have to use comparable in your student class. Student should be comparable. But uh, along with that, if I want to sort them on the basis of age, or on the basis of their contact number, something, or on the basis of their name, on the name basis, like alphabetically name, I want to sort them. So that you can achieve using comparator. Comparator is used when we want customized sorting. Okay, and this is for natural, fine. uh, Comparator has to be separately implemented. It's another separate, like a custom student age comparator, student name comparator, student something like that we have to use. We have to something like that we have to use, but it should be implemented in the same class, and compare to method is there, that is a compare method. We use collection dot sort comparator for sorting object. We generally use collection dot sort, and we will give the list and we will sort it. It will use sorting. It will do. But for sorting object, we use collection dot sort. By default, it will be sorting because it is a comparable is already there. Okay. What is the concurrent hash map? What is concurrent hash map and its feature? Concurrent hash map, like for concurrent thread you want to use, you can use concurrent hash map, implement the concurrent package, and concurrent hash map extend abstract map and implement concurrent map. Concurrent hash map is used for multi-threaded environment. From the name itself you understand, concurrent means multi-threaded environment is there. In that one you want to access that object, you can do it. It is similar to hash table and synchronized version of the hash map. Synchronized version of hashmap, but with minor difference. Concurrent hashmap does not allow null key and value. Okay. Difference between concurrent hash map and hash table and synchronized hash map. So locking mechanism. Concurrent hash map use completely different hashing mechanism called lock stripping, which offer better concurrency and scalability. Like concurrent hash map, if you see, concurrent hash map use completely different hashing mechanism called lock stripping, which offer better concurrency and scalability. It will locking will be used. Okay. uh, the main advantage of this mechanism is better concurrency. Instead of synchronizing every method by using common lock, which allow only one thread to access the time, it allow better concurrency by allowing multi-thread to access. Concurrent modification exception. What is concurrent modification exception? uh, Concurrent hash map provide iterator which does not throw concurrent modification exception, which allow only one thread to access iterator, while synchronized map may throw concurrent modification exception. Okay. Explain copy on write array list, and when do we use copy on write array list? So copy on write array list is used in multi-threaded environment if we want to iterate over array list, but array list is updated by other thread. To prevent concurrency modification exception, we have two solution. First one is we need to synchronize the list manually by using collections.synchronized method, and and over the or the list of synchronized block to avoid the concurrency modification exception. Second one, we have to use the copy on write array list, which take care of concurrency. Copy on write array. The advantage of using copy of array list is no need to synchronize the list explicitly. So when we use copy on array list, when a thread modification the list while the other thread was iterating, it does not modify original, but create a copy of list. Copy on write, see, with modification constant, so that the iterator won't know the modification made on original list. Okay. Explain about the fail fast iteration in Java. When iterator iterate over collection should not be modified except by the iterator. So modification means collection cannot be modified by thread when other thread is iterating. If such modification happens, in a concurrent modification exception will be thrown. Uh, Such kind of iterator are fail fast iterator. Okay. Example of array list, hash set, hash map. Almost all iterator implement as a collection framework are fail fast. Hmm. That is a fail fast iterators. Explain about the fail safe iterator. Fail safe iterators are the iterator which not throw concurrent modification exception. When one thread modify collection and other thread in the process are iterating the collection, it does not throw concurrent modification exception, because when other thread are iterating, it does not modify the original list but create a copy of list with modification content, with modified content, so that the iterator won't know the modification made on original list or not. So example, copy on write array list. Okay. Core Java serialization interview question. What is serialization? What is serialization in Java? Serialization is a process of converting an object into bytes. Simple. Or you can say that saving the state of object into the bytes, so that it can be transmitted over the network or stored in a flat file and can be recreated later. Serialized object in an object representation as a sequence of bytes that includes object data. So what is the definition of serialization in Java? Serialization is the process of saving the state of object in bytes or in a flat file in form of bytes. Okay. What is the main purpose of serialization? Persistence is the main. Suppose you are running your Java program, so many classes are loaded, so many objects are created, and you just as it is want to start your program again. How will you do it? You have to save all the objects in your memory, in your hard disk, somewhere in your application. So you have to persist the data. Simply you have to persist objects. For persistence, you use we can write the data to the files or database, and can be used later by deserializing. Communication, over communication you want to do, yeah, to pass the object over network by making remote procedure call. Copying, we can create a duplicate of original object by using byte array, and to distribute object across the different JVMs you can do it. This is the main purpose. Okay. What is the alternative to serialize? XML JSON, you can use that one. XML based data transfer, we can use. We have to use some JAX-B or some other API to convert them XML to JSON, or JSON to XML to object, or JSON to object. We have to use some extra annotations, and we have to do some other process. We can do it. That is the alternative for that one. We can use JIBX or JXB, where we can marshal our objects data to XML and transfer the data, and then unmarshal and convert to object. JSON based transfer, we can use JSON to transfer data. Explain about the serializable interface in Java. What is serializable? It is a marker interface. To implement the serialization in Java, there is an interface defined in java.io package called serializable. And java.io.serializable interface is a marker interface which does not contain any method. A class implements serializable lets the JVM know that the instance of the class can be serialized. Okay, how to make object serializable in Java? You have to create you have to first thing you have to implement serializable interface. If our project contains other objects, those class must be also be implementing serializable interface. And then you have to create object output stream, that extend output stream used to write the object, then object input stream, that extend input stream used to read the data. So object input stream and object output stream has to be used to serialize the object. Yes. What is the serial version UID and its importance in Java? See, if you want to serialize and then deserialize, then you must have some unique number so that it will be identify whether you are using the current exact class to deserialize the object. So serial version unique identifier has a 64-bit long value. This 64-bit long value is a hash code of the class name, super interface, and members. SUID is unique ID, and no two classes will have the same SUID. Okay. Whenever an object is serialized, SUID value will also serialize with it. And when an object is a read using object input stream, the SUID is also read. If the loaded class SUID does not match with SUID read from object stream through the an invalid class exception, it will throw. Okay. What happen? What happen if we do not define serializable? It will be defined as something. If we don't define serializable, JVM will create one for us, but it is recommended to have a SUID rather than JVM creating at runtime. JVM has to compute the hash code of all the properties of the class. This process makes serialization low. We can't serialize static field on the exception to this is SUID when SUID gets serialized along with the object. Okay, can we serialize static variable in Java? No. Answer is no. We can't serialize static variable in Java because static variables, the data will be in always in a class itself, because it is a it is the memory will be located in that only. The reason behind static variables are a class variable that belongs to the class, not to object. Here we are talking about serializing the object, not the class. But serialization mechanism saves only the object state, not the class state. Okay. When we serialize an object, does the serialization mechanism saves its reference to? When we serialize an object, even the object is returned must implement serializable. Then the reference object also gets serialized. If we do not make reference object serializable, then will not be serialized, not serializable exception. Okay. If we want don't want some of the field not to be serialized, how do we do it? If we do not want to serialize some of the field, so if we do not want to serialize some of the field, then we have to use transient variable. We have to use transient variable and initialized with the default value for primitive and null object. Okay, so this is all about the interview questions in Java. Okay. Still, I feel some of the questions are not covered. Some of the questions, not all the questions. Some of the questions are not covered. I will try to uh, uh, make those question also, and we will conduct another session. Okay. Thank you, and have a nice day.